What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to Misfit Mansion. Today is the first episode of Metal Motherfucking Monday! You know what's ironic?
What?
My podcast is called Misfit Mansion, and I haven't listened to the Misfits once.
You know, I'm gonna say I haven't either. We fucking suck.
I am so excited to have my friend Matthew the Lohman here today.
Hey, how are you?
And I would consider Matthew almost like my heavy metal expertise buddy. He always pulls 10 bands out his ass that I've never heard of before.
That's true.
But what we were talking about a second ago, you just showed me the Extortionist.
Yep, Extortionist. They're a very, very good band. I discovered them probably about 3 years ago. I have always been a fan of them.
You said their first album was Traitorsy?
Oh, like they had an EP called The Black Sheep. It was basically Traitors. I heard it soon after it came out. I remember I saw it on YouTube, right? And I was honestly The Tube. I was like, damn, this shit hits hard. And, you know, their first album was recently pressed on vinyl, which got me listening to them again. And that's kind of why I kind of showed you that.
Do you know when they put out their first album?
Their first studio album, 2017. That
Really?
EP I'm talking about, 2014. It took them a couple years to release another
So
song.
they've been around for a minute, but they've just been kind of...
Yeah. I mean,
it's hard to be in a fucking... Dude, it's still heavy metal.
yeah, I mean, it's heavy metal, yeah.
I've got another another episode coming up that's going to be all about just what it's like with life being in a local band and stuff that going on with that. But like, they were icky because I'm so surprised you hadn't heard of these boys. I was so excited to show you Strangled.
Strangled. Oh, dude, they were so crazy.
Dude.
They were so much better than I thought they were going to be. Not that I had low expectations or anything, but I mean, I knew they were a good heavy band, but Jesus Christ.
Dude, I know, man. Like,
fucking absolute ear penetration,
dude,
is the best way
I
can describe
if you've ever
them.
played Saints Row and you've had the 3-foot dildo,
oh god,
that is exactly what
straight to the face.
That is exactly what fucking Strangled does. Because the first track, I only found out about these guys like within the past 6 months, and from what I can tell, they haven't been on the scene for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But like, the first song that you played was Sleep, and I heard it in a Spotify playlist.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh sweet, this track's different. The kind of down-tempo intro, kind of the not going crazy with the hardcore style vocal, but then when the whole fucking thing drops, I was like, whoa. Yeah. Hold on. I didn't put on my fucking seatbelt. This shit just drove off the fucking freeway.
I absolutely love the dynamic between the two vocalists. So nice.
Shame on me. I forget their names. I should have done more research.
That's okay.
Shame on me. But shame like literally... when I heard them, the way that he was screaming, and then when the low vocalist came in, I was like, "There's two vocals." I got Angel Maker vibes. I was like, "There's, unless that is the same vocalist, there is no way that he's got those two different registers." And if he does, I was like, "That is sick." And then I saw it was two people, and was like, "Oh, this shit. Oh man." Well, that means that they can pull that off exactly how they fucking do it in studio live. I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking about, kind of more down-tempo-y deathcore bands, and there's one that I think's really underrated. They haven't made music in quite a bit. Well, okay, I take that back. They did a split with another band that I honestly can't remember the name of, but they're called Reminiscence. I have a sticker of them on my wall, or on my closet.
Yes, obviously, I'm gonna at some point. I'm debating if I want to bring the podcast completely to a video format or for certain things, but also that's within the budget. But y'all can't see it. But I simp for my boy Matthew's room because he has every memorabilia of every band in the metal scene ever made signed. You're a hardcore collector, and it puts me to shame and makes me jealous.
My wallet hurts, but it's for the good cause of supporting
your
bands.
Wallet hurts, and if you are only, I'd say, 10 posters away from people not being able to tell what color your walls are.
Yeah, that's very true.
And if you ask me, there is no better way to be other than that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find what the oldest poster in here is. It's probably, oh god, that I've had that on my wall for probably 6 or 7 years.
Damn.
So,
but how long has it taken you to put together your entire collection of?
Well, CDs definitely, because I have so many CDs. I now collect vinyl and CDs.
Just from looking, dude, I'm gonna guess that you have over hundreds of CDs.
Yeah, I have like
all special edition.
Yeah, like 800 CDs, I think is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it, Matthew.
So I have a lot. I technically started collecting when I was like 12 or 13, but the first CD I ever got was Hybrid Theory from my mom.
So you're coming right up on 10 years of collecting.
Yes, which is crazy to think about because it seems like I haven't been doing it for that long. But I'll look back at like Instagram posts of me holding CDs when I was 13 years old. Like, holy shit.
Man, I wish I was going to shows back when I was 13 years old because I absolutely grew up with the parents that were like, huh?
Yeah.
But here's the catch-22. I grew up with straight up Gen X, like 90s parents. My parents were a little bit younger, so like my parents still like Mudvayne, and they still like Disturbed, and they still like the in-betweens, but once you remove any form of clean vocal or you put double kicks for more than a third of the song, they're tapped out from it.
They're like, what the hell's this? Yeah.
Sweet picking, what the fuck?
Yeah. I was lucky enough to get both of my parents into the heavier stuff because I say heavier stuff is past
anything past 3 Days Grace and your
yeah, you know.
We're not talking about Limp Bizkit either.
Yeah. So it's
I've got a Golden Cobra in my pocket, but I didn't do it all for the nookie. Okay.
My God, Isaac. What the hell is that?
Fuck off. Okay. Shush, okay. I will keep it is a very closeted Limp Bizkit affinity, but also I would watch Slipknot jump Fred Durst, but that's old. That's old beef.
That's hella old.
That's
beef.
hella old
God,
beef.
I forgot about that shit.
Oh man, dude, that shit was funny.
Man. Anyways,
back when Slipknot was huffing crows.
Oh my God.
I actually did a report over Slipknot for a senior project in school.
That's so cool.
For music history.
Man, Slipknot just changed the game for me. It changed the game for metal. You know, they did.
Boy. I mean, also Slipknot, I feel like absolutely helped draw people more into the extreme side of music. Also with the fact that they can put on an entire performance with just going to their show. Even if you haven't heard a single Slipknot song, you could watch their set and just be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you could just have a great time with their... I mean, they have the theatrics down. They have the aesthetic down, first of all. They have, just so much going right for them. And I think that's why they've been so successful over the years. Even in the 90s, they just kind of burst out onto the scene. I mean, of course...
fucking Iowa.
Yeah, they had Anders Kolsfini, Slipknot with their, demo album, and then after he left, Corey Taylor came in, and then everything changed. They played that, what was it, Ozfest in 99, they played Dynamo in 99, Iconic Shows.
They had a really similar situation with Korn that once their first album got out back in that 90s time and they got signed, they were on the road touring almost like they hit national and then they hit global so fast. Like I'm pretty sure after Iowa came out, Slipknot was like set. Like I'm pretty sure their first album was like mwah. But I mean also too Slipknot and Killswitch Engage got the spotlight shone on them. I just saw you make that face.
Killswitch.
Killswitch. Did you hear what happened with Jesse Leach?
What happened?
This may have been some time ago. I am in the loop and also out of the loop at times, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it happened really recently or like it was. I think do not quote me on when this happened, but Jesse Leach actually had to get vocal surgery.
Oh yeah, that happened quite a bit ago.
Yeah, see, that's
he's good now.
Thank God.
Yeah, he's good now. I mean,
something very recent. That's more not very very recent, but more recent that I just found out from an interview with Jonathan Davis is that really within the past year or two, I did not know that Jonathan Davis's wife had passed.
Oh yeah, Devin. Yeah,
that I found out about that yesterday just because I mean I'm juggling doing all my stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Outside, like I work and then I get home and I get right to doing.
Well, I mean sometimes you miss certain things,
Oh, but like that hit me personally because I'm a devout Korn fan. Freshman year it's so crazy. Freshman year it was Korn and Slipknot self-titled, and then literally the second it was sophomore year it was Veil of Maya, Whitechapel, Suffocate.
Oh yeah,
like.
Literally to the right of us, there's a dog tag on my lamp that says Corn Guy. I was such a big Corn fan too, and I still am. I got that at fucking Warped Tour. They made custom dog tags. Like, I remember...
Dude, I would get one that says maggot so quick.
Yeah. Dude.
He said...
Shut up, man.
Oh my god, I'm gonna use that sound sample throughout all my shit. If someone says something that needs cut out, I'm just gonna put your voice.
Damn it.
I'm just playing, man.
I know. But Korn, I mean, they changed everything for me. Linkin Park as well, like I said. I mean, when it came back to my CD collection, I like how we went from fucking down tempo to goddamn my walls to new metal.
Well, yeah. Oh, dude, I don't. We'll
you know,
we'll figure it out. It's Metal Motherfucking Monday. It's all metal music.
Well, hell yeah, dude. That's what this is about.
And kind of in that scene, the new metal scene ish. System's new music. That's something else. Yeah. Well, do a quick tangent, then we'll get back to what you were just saying. But like, we've had an interesting, along with what's been going on in the world just in the past like year or two, with crazy shit. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened in the metal scene, dude. Code Orange put out a fucking new album. Yeah. Gojira, but like they switched around their band members. Gojira put out some new shit. What the fuck else? Slipknot is recording one more album.
Brand of Sacrifice's album is
yes, Brand of Sacrifice. I wanted to talk about those boys. Yeah. I found out about that's a whole that's a whole Brand of Sacrifice topic. Is I feel like they are dominating. I'm wearing the shirt as we
I know, speak, goddamn shirt right fucking now.
Dude, they're I feel like they're dominating the deathcore scene because they bring a new flavor, but also they're hitting it hard.
Oh yeah.
The new style, the choirs, the intensity that they can bring.
I think Brand of Sacrifice gives the deathcore scene a very big breath of fresh air because, no shade, but there are certain bands that kind of just followed the same formula. There wasn't too much different going on, but Brand of Sacrifice changed that with, almost being a concept band, the theatrics, their presence,
there's
live.
Kyle's stage energy.
Yeah, Kyle is just such a crazy vocalist.
Dude, someone needs to give him an award for that fucking prank call to that pizza.
Oh, pizza, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
So I'm going to make that tangent too. Canadians, man.
Oh, God.
Something with Canadians. They always make good fucking music. Archspire, Spirit Box, fucking Brand of Sacrifice. Like, every Canadian band that you've ever heard of makes good fucking music, and it makes no sense.
Fucking Angel Maker.
Angel Maker. I knew I was missing one. Yeah, Shame on me.
Oh, that's all right, man. Man. Angel Maker's so good.
Yeah, I swear to God, when they're hot, I forget it, I'm so terrible with names. I gotta change that. But Long Blondie and Angel Maker, when he did sound check.
Mike,
thank you so much. Yep. This is why I love Matthew, everybody. Mike, when he did fucking sound check, I have never heard a higher fucking vocal soloed ever.
Oh, dude, like he's insane. He's so insane.
Oh, like ugh.
Like, he's such a nice guy too. I remember meeting him at merch table. Yeah, I know. I met him. Well, but that's
I love that. I love that. That's the biggest misconception. That is the. I'm not gonna say this for every metalhead because you can just look at somebody and go, "Oh, he may have been to a white power rally," but
I spit out my drink, bro.
That was a legit almost spit take. That would have went straight to my face. But like, I can't speak for every metalhead, but also you can't say that every country music listener isn't a. Yeah, make America great again, baby.
Yeah.
You can't deny that half of country music's fans are rednecks that make moonshine in their backyard.
Well, yeah. I mean, that just comes
back to what I was saying, though. The biggest misconception that people have with metalheads is that it's literally like some of the most soft-spoken, nice people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course, every single fan base has its dark side or, negative side, but I really don't. Oh man, he was a.
That's a whole.
He was a.
Dude, they're homo.
I really do like being in this community and stuff. I've made so many friends. I've had so many people that have come to me, support me through hard times through metal. Just so much with it, but with Brand of Sacrifice and with everything with them. I've been there.
I 100% agree when you say that Brand of Sacrifice is a breath of fresh air for deathcore fans.
Oh yeah,
and I actually feel like that they are kind of pulling more people into the deathcore scene with their fresh style, especially with they're one of the first bands that I've heard strongly incorporate choirs.
Yeah.
And that's just another sonic dynamic difference that's crazy. And something that I want to say too before we go on with this is that, like, as a absolute metal fan, someone who writes metal music and makes heavy metal music, I can honestly say I do not know if I would be alive if it wasn't for heavy metal music.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, same.
And that's something else too that a lot of people that like heavy extreme music will say is that, like, I don't even know how I don't know how I would be if it didn't exist.
Heavy metal music is there for you when people are not, and that's what's great about it. It's there to help you get fucking sad, get fucking angry, release your emotions. It does all that for you.
And empathize too, because, like, sometimes there's myself included, being in situations where there is just something that you wish that you could not even scream it, just say to somebody, but you can't. You have to lock your lips and bury it. And there's just that one song that hits that, and you hear somebody blowing out a vocal cord before Melissa Cross taught everybody how to do it right. And they just hit that one line, and you're just like, ah! Ah!
Yeah, dude. Oh man. It's great. It is very dope.
Very, very dope indeed. But, like, man, somebody else too who I feel strongly underrated, man. To the Grave.
Oh, To the Grave? Hell yeah, dude.
Those Aussie motherfuckers.
Hell yeah, dude. I have one of their shirts. No surprise. No fucking surprise. I have one that I got from Rising Merch.
Oh my god, dude. You actually have enough merch to have your own merch table.
I do. I have like,
more than enough merch to have your own merch table.
I have like 200 shirts plus.
To the Grave, though. Miserable Summer. I liked Miserable Summer, but I didn't feel like it had the nastiness that
Wastage?
Yes. Or Ecocide. Global Warning, that album front to back, I can do.
There's something about the production on that album that makes it slap. I think it's the guitar. It's such like, it sounds like a negative thing, but I swear to God, it's not.
Their drums are highly processed, but they sit in the mix very, very, very well.
The best way I can describe the guitars, and it sounds bad, but it's not. It's like a tin can that's like blasting your ears in the best way possible. Yeah.
Yes. But what I love too is
like metallic. That's what I'm trying to say. It's so metallic and just hard in the best way. Like
Dane's vocal.
Oh God.
That dude has used some forms of tunnel throat that I've never heard. I swear, at the beginning of Ecocide, if you have ever heard this track, if you haven't, go fucking listen to it and try not to stomp on your 4-year-old toddler when you cry killing your kitten.
Oh my God.
Literally, this man hits the most disgusting, realistic sounding pig squeal I have ever heard. And I don't give a shit if it took mic cupping and sacrificing 8 virgins to do it. This dude literally makes the most disgusting, really, and there is some post-production on it, but dude, half of a good mix is your performance. So,
well,
like,
of course.
It actually sounds like they kind of put a pig in a grinder and just kind of.
He went to the annals of hell and grabbed the pig squeals.
He went to the bowels and found.
Yeah.
He went to the bowels and found the first pig that ever got slaughtered.
Oh my God.
And then brought it to a studio.
Oh man. Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck this pig on the mic.
Oh God.
I didn't say that.
You did not.
Anyway, pressing on.
What I said before, we went on a massive tangent with my collection.
Yes,
my
CD
collection.
Oh my goodness.
So the first CD I ever received was from my mom because she used to work at Universal. Music was Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory. Anyone who's listening to this knows that album. You have to.
If you are listening to this podcast and you don't know what Hybrid Theory is, you should just punch yourself in the face right now. Change
that and listen to it.
Go to an AA meeting, get the 12 step, and the first step is listen to Hybrid Theory.
Yeah. Paper cut slaps. Anyways, with...
That is the 15-year-old in me telling you what to do.
Yes,
anyway.
Very true. My collection started very small. I only had a couple albums, and when I would go around in middle school / high school, I'd bring my CD player with me and just listen to the same albums all the time.
Oh, yeah. I had one of those.
I listened to Volume 3 Subliminal Verses. I listened to Hybrid Theory. I'd listen to The Black Crown. That was actually my first deathcore album I ever owned. And
fuck have I done?
Yeah, God. I'd listen to like
rest in peace, Mitch.
Oh, I know. As Daylight Dies, Kill Switch Engage. I listen to what is it? I can't remember the album name. It is a Monolith of Inhumanity from Cattle Decapitation. That was my first ever death metal
Cattle
album.
Decap.
I remember I was at the Exchange CD, movies, games place, and I saw the name of the band, and I was like, I've never heard of this band in my life. I picked up the CD, asked my dad if he could buy it for me. He did, and I was hooked. I basically would carry around CDs with me at school. I'd show them off to people, say, hey, look at this cool CD I got. I'm listening to it right now.
It upsets me so much that we didn't go to the same high school.
It fucking sucks. But now we're here.
You just summed it up perfectly. It fucking sucks.
It fucking sucks. High school fucking blowed, but carrying CDs around in my backpack of obscure bands that no one had ever heard of was great. That was one of the best things about
Obscura?
my high school. Obscura, yes. Oh man, I've not heard them in a while. Anyways.
Well, you just said obscure,
Yeah, basically. I really started getting into it when I was 16 or 17, when I had money. Like, I'd spend all my money.
Could afford to buy to have your own income to be able to buy.
Yeah, because now I have bills and stuff. Can't do that. I still
fucking
buy stuff, but like I can't buy every fucking thing I see.
You don't gotta elaborate.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Enough said, brother. Man.
Yeah, enough said. So, like there'd be times where to some people this is like penny change, but the most I've ever spent on one piece of music was $80.
Dude,
because
if $80 is penny change to you, you want to sponsor my podcast, please? Jesus.
No, that's
80.
not.
I'm.
I know.
Anyway, continue.
No,
but yeah, but
the
the thing is though that like there are people that's like $80, man, whatever.
Yeah, like
that goes to show you how broke we are.
Some vinyl collectors will be like, oh yeah, I'll drop $600 on something, but it's whatever.
How many bodies do you have in your fucking basement?
Yeah, Jesus. It was Martyr Defiled's debut studio album, which I'm totally blanking on the name, which is stupid because it's my favorite album from them. But I got that for $80. I got it with the slipcase. It was from Siege of Amadia or Madia, I think, Records, which most of their CDs are pretty rare. And I saw someone selling it. I bought it, and I actually bought it with another CD, and they didn't send me the other CD. Messaged them about it, and then they blocked me. Yeah, that was
I'm a crowd killer your cat
so long ago. And some other nice ones I have is like Chelsea Grin EP, the first pressing of The Adversary by There Is Murder.
Chelsea.
I have like some like limited edition Chugcore stuff, like Bound in Fear's like first EP signed by the whole band. Got just
you have the most signatures I have ever seen
on anything. Yeah,
and that's so fucking badass too, because I mean, once you meet somebody from a band you idolize, it's such a weird experience. But it's also different. I don't know how to describe it, because like it's crazy sometimes when I'm listening to Brand and I'm like, ooh, like listening to Lifeblood or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, man, these boys are crazy. And then I stop and I remember, like, fuck, I've met this dude. Like,
yeah, and you saw him live.
Yeah, like I met him before we saw him live too.
I know.
It's like, shit's crazy.
Because
same with meeting Cheney from Entheos and
yeah.
Fun fact. Did you know that I heard this on a podcast recently? Did you know that after when Whitechapel was recording The Valley, their drummer that they'd done the past couple of albums with separated, not on bad terms,
sure,
but they actually, if I'm not mistaken, hit up and worked with Entheos' drummer to do all the drumming for the album.
Oh, nice. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude. And because like I like Entheos, and like when I listen to him, it said like and when he's playing with Entheos, if it is the same guy, and I'm fairly certain it is. He stays in the pocket, but his style is totally different than I'm like, wait, that's the same motherfucker?
Yo.
Fucking Demon Defiles a Witch, blast beats right the fuck away. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, apparently they have a new album completely recorded. Do you know that? They completely finished a new studio album about like a month ago.
Wow, you just got me excited. That's actually cool. To double back to that, Whitechapel, I'd heard Suffocate some of their songs back when Pandora was a thing.
Oh yeah.
And I liked the heaviness and chaos, but then my Pandora would always pop up with tracks off of This Is Exile.
Yes.
So like I remember it was Possession, Father of Lies, and
Such a good one.
oh yes, such a great one. Possession, Father of Lies, and another one off of This Is Exile.
Yeah, This Is Exile. That's classic.
It was those tracks that I heard on my Spotify, like, oh, this band's something different. And same with Veil of Maya. I was catching ID Veil of Maya on my Pandora too, and I was catching like
that's my
and some older ones too, like Punisher and fucking everybody loves that song.
Oh yeah.
But like just catching that old Veil of Maya back before they got with Lucas and switched their sound up a little bit, and I was like, these boys, this is just slapping different.
Oh, yeah, I have.
This is like the first time you see a really big dick in porn, and you're like, oh, this is just that. Oh wow, I don't exactly know how to feel about this.
Oh god,
I don't exactly know how to feel about this, but
yeah. When it comes...
What a transition. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I recorded a podcast with a lot of sexual content recently, and
it's okay. I mean, a lot of the music we listen to, it'll slap you in the face with a fucking horse.
Well, you got a new recent tattoo from this band, and you just showed me them.
Oh yeah. So, the Sawtooth Grin.
Yeah. What was some of those song titles?
So the Sawtooth Grin was a mathcore band that started in the late 90s. We're not a band for too long, but
I would say very Dillinger-esque meets just that chaos, you know.
So they have an album that I got tattooed on me, Cuddle Monster, a 7-song album. Some of the tracks are Give Me the Amulet, You Bitch, Please Shit All Over Me, I Love It.
Oh yes. Something about her tasting like plastic.
Oh yeah, she tastes like burnt plastic smells. I was thinking of
she tastes like burnt plastic smell.
Yeah, she tastes like burnt plastic smells and more.
And more.
There's like a little guitar-y, outro on the album called "Good Touch, Bad Touch 1, 2, 3." So don't know what that means.
Followed by the hidden track "My No No Zone."
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's not. That sounds believable, but I'm just kidding.
No, I know. So I got the tattoo because there is a record label that I basically suck its dick. It's called Wax Vessel. Wax Vessel, their whole mission statement, I guess you could say, is pressing early 2000s releases that define the deathcore, mathcore, sassy grind genre, either being underground or well-known releases. And I got into them, the Sawtooth Grin, when Wax Vessel released their album. And
does Wax Vessel still record bands today?
So what Wax Vessel does is basically like the most recent record they came out with was Successful Right, Apocalypse Across the Sky. They have an EP called Subhuman Empire, and it came out many years ago. What they do is they remaster it, give it a new album cover, and then press it on vinyl out of 300 copies, and they all sell out under a minute.
Damn.
The quickest sellout I think there's ever been was like 42 seconds.
Jesus.
For something out of 300. Yeah.
That's almost like Rage tickets.
Yeah, it's crazy. But with Wax Vessel...
Oh, that's something else to touch on just real fast.
Okay.
Rage Against the Machine doing a reunion tour. We saw that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Or like a anniversary tour or something. That's crazy.
I know.
Good to see those boys back. You were saying, though.
Oh, you're fine. You're good, man. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Wax Vessel presses old bands that I never fucking heard of because I was not old enough to be there a part of it. I listened to it. I fall in love. And the Sawtooth Grin was the band that I fell in love with most. They really were the ones that pushed me to search for other bands that sounded like them, other bands that were super niche. It made me appreciate the underground more.
Very mathcore.
Yeah, it just made me
Dillinger flavor chaos.
Made me really appreciate them, and their stage presence was crazy. I haven't showed you live video, but the vocalist, Rich Lombardi, he fucking spazzed out all the time. He was just spazzing out all the time. It's so great to look at.
Is he having a seizure?
Yeah. The seizure grin. No.
Like Maynard on crack.
Yeah. No. But the thing is with Wax Vessel, I really appreciate the fact that they exist because I've made friends through Wax Vessel.
Shout out to Wax Vessel.
Yes, I have scored 2 of their records. I have, have changed my listening habits because of them. I just appreciate so much about the early 2000s, deathcore, metalcore, sasscore, everything.
I absolutely agree. The early 2000s, like from literally it's 2000 to 2009.
Yeah.
Like that era of metalcore and deathcore, there's a certain color and flavor to that era of heavy metal music.
Well, that's my favorite era. that's
But like there's a certain tone to it, especially when it ties back into like and that's something I talked about in my first episode on this podcast, is that comics, like musicians, their earlier stuff, when they're raw and fresh and still putting themselves together, and then you add that early production, like it all adds to the flavor and the feel and the album as like the music as a whole, like the whole picture. And like that time era is definitely the only time you hear that time era now is when it's been regurgitated.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain bands
that's back when the MySpace deathcore scene was OG. You know what I'm saying?
Big OG. I mean, I'm wearing fucking
Rose Funeral.
Yeah, gold foil Rose Funeral hoodie from Merch Vessel, because Wax Vessel has a Merch Vessel part of them.
So go check out waxvessel.com.
Yeah, just shout out to Wax Vessel and the bands that have been on it: Sawtooth Grin, Black Rose Burial, The Heartland, Everything Falls Together, fucking I've Been Shot.
Do you see how many fucking bands this guy knows?
So many, just all the Wax Vessel bands, every single one. But 100% Sawtooth Grin, Black Rose Burial. I've listened to copious amounts of Black Rose Burial. They're one of my top artists on Spotify, and they only made 4 songs. So if that says anything about how much Wax Vessel has really gotten into my listening habits, there you go.
Just don't tattoo it on your dick.
Yeah, I have no plans on getting a Black Rose Burial tattoo on my dick. If that happened, I would have.
I'm thinking about putting it on my balls.
if I would hit a new low if I got a tattoo of a Wax Vessel band on my fucking cock.
Get it on some Franzilla shit.
No, I'm not fucking doing that.
I am Chris Franzek. Look at my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris Franzek making an OnlyFans. I'm not surprised, but god damn it.
Well, I mean, man's been fucking. He's been getting that puss for years. I mean, that's what he sung about. I mean, they've all been party metal. Attila's been party metal.
Since day one.
Oh, yeah, since day one. Well, Fallacy. Do you know about their demo album, Fallacy, or no?
Attila?
Yeah.
No.
They have an 11-song
album. Back
album.
when Franz was 16?
They have an 11-song album before Soundtrack to a Party.
Really?
They were deathcore. They were like
Deathcore.
And
Franz started smoking weed.
Yeah, it was called Fallacy. Very limited pressing of it on CD. It goes for copious amounts of money.
I could only fucking imagine. That's like ideal collector's item.
Yeah. They were very OG sounding. They were very I don't know how to describe it. It's been so long since I've heard it, but best way I can describe it is have you heard the Suicide Silence EP?
No. We can take a gander to it at some point.
Okay. Well, the thing I really like about Fallacy is it had its own kind of sound, but it was very, very much like Suicide Silence, Chelsea Grinish, just kind of more on the demo sounding side, not super produced. It's nothing against the album, but it was technically a demo album. They don't have it on streaming and they don't consider it an album, but I do, because it's over 40 minutes. It's a 30-40 minute album.
That's not
That's an album.
That's not an extended play. That's an LP for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to show you a song off of it, but
most definitely.
I 100% don't know. It's nothing terrible, but I don't know what happened with them talking about hanging up someone from a lamppost with their guts out to fucking getting their dick sucked in the next album. But I guess something changed.
Well,
I mean, hey,
honestly,
if they're having fun,
right? But I can attest and tie into that though, because sometimes as a musician, and I guess it feels really weird to say, but I've been playing in bands and writing music since I was 16, 17, so more than a couple years now. Which is really fucking weird to say, but when you're figuring out, or when you jam with people, or when you're writing your own stuff, it kind of takes time to figure out what you're writing is really you.
Yeah.
Like really original to you. And I heard Johannes from Avatar on an interview recently with Metal Sucks, and the way that he put it is, I love hearing him say that we love the most important people to please when we're writing an album is us.
Well, yeah,
and that's something like the biggest thing is like sometimes like going from stringing up a bitch and cutting out her insides to getting her dick sucked is like sometimes it's just not like kind of like what we said earlier with to a certain degree with some bands that just sound like clones of other bands or regurgitate.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that in the context of us talking about.
If you're a fan of that type of music, because it's like every country song, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, and
don't say beer, blue jeans, or truck. Try to find a country song.
Yeah, well, I mean, in a lot of the some of my favorite genres, like a lot of MySpace deathcore sounded quite similar, but there was nothing wrong with that because it was.
I love how you call it MySpace deathcore.
Well, it's its own fucking genre. I will stand by it.
It is MySpace deathcore.
There is a genre, and it's MySpace fucking deathcore, and I'll stand by that.
And,
goddamn
and
shit.
Matthew's tattooing it on his forehead.
No. I'm not. I'm
of his
definitely not doing
penis.
that.
I'm kidding.
On my cock, no.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry we keep bringing your penis into this conversation.
Yeah, you know, I didn't expect today my penis to be talked about a bit, but you know, here we are. Regardless, when it comes to Attila, I really like them. I wasn't saying anything negative. I was just like commenting on the fact that
they just popped in my head because there's an Attila picture right behind you.
Yeah, and I have a signed Franz photo. Yeah,
gangster. But something that we can do now is I just want to kind of pick apart a couple songs that maybe you've heard recently or a band that you showed me or in the. Hold on a second. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
But so like Ko Nashi's "Look Like Me."
Oh yeah,
that new track.
That is a great song. It's a message, obviously.
Most definitely,
it's
but
well.
I found out about Ko Nashi from you a year ago?
Probably about a year ago.
Something like that.
Cause you'll understand when you're older and like Real Leather. Those two songs fucking
you'll understand when you're older caught me. I was like, damn.
Blew my fucking mind. I found out about Ko Nashi from Hate56, a Instagram page that posted a live set of them at This Is Hardcore, I believe 2018 or 2019.
You showed me one of their live sets and holy shit.
Yeah, it was that one. I remember exactly what I was doing. I was in bed. It was super late at night. I had to go work in the morning. I was just about to go to sleep. And I saw, on Instagram, like a bunch of these people in blue hoodies piling on this guy on the ground. Like, what the fuck's this? And I was like, I'm really tired. I have to go to work in like 7 hours. But I want to watch this. But I want to watch this. So I was like, I was kind of in the mood at the time. Like, I'm not really in the mood to check out new bands. I just come and listen to whatever. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to check this out. I watched the whole This Is Hardcore set, which was, I think, only 4 or 5 songs. I was immediately hooked. Peter Rono's
a gangster.
I love that dude. His vocal style, his stage presence.
Real quick, if for anybody that doesn't know, Ko Nashi is a hardcore band, and Look Like Me is their most recent single release, and it is an entire press call out to a magazine that, if you want to find out more about it, I would recommend you go check out the song and give Ko Nashi some love. But it is a call out to a magazine, and the entire song is dedicated to the call out. The video is a spoof of one of their magazine covers. It's all shit, and the song itself is pretty awesome. It's definite hardcore tempo changes, upbeat, in your face energy. Peter Rono's very unique vocal style.
Yeah, he's one of a kind.
It's very unique, but also it still taps into that angst, because like some people were like, how can you listen to that? It doesn't sound like it's about the expression, and like,
of course,
his voice cracks sometimes get me like, Peter, you're hurting yourself.
Well, that's just his vocal style.
I know, it's so different.
But
I love it. I love it.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to vocal styles like that, I think of like the Heartland and Sawtooth Grin and stuff. He kind of has
I get that Sawtooth Grin
kind of sort of that vibe, but when it comes to Ko Nashi, they really hit a big chord with me because
me too. I remember, and to give some backstory, Ko Nashi is in reference to how Miyazaki's Spirited Away.
Yeah.
And if you know about that, you're a real anime fan, and I love you.
Yeah, Spirited Away is one of the best fucking movies ever, first of all. But
pressing forward.
yes, pressing forward. Kaonashi, I remember getting into them, and I listened to You'll Understand When You're Older so much. I would just sit in my bed and just headbang constantly. I'd dance in my room. I'd sing to myself.
Dude.
I would dance with my friends. There's so much I did with that song, and so much I did with Why Did You Do It? Their 7-song album. It's
very
so
emotional. Peter Rono is very
good lyricist.
Very good lyricist. Very good lyricist.
I could happily say that he's someone that I follow and talk to, and
boy, would
we've talked and
would
stuff.
it be a dream to sit and interview that man?
I know, that'd be awesome. He's just such a cool guy. I very much appreciate the fact that he exists. I got a merch order from them, and it came with the page from that book, and I put it on my wall. From that book, a book. From that book.
You want to elaborate a little bit?
I don't know the book, damn it.
I don't know the fucking book.
From the well, it actually says getting to know people you can't stand. Oof. Called me out a bit. I'm sorry.
I might need a little bit of help in that department.
But basically, they gave me a page of a book, and it highlights the no person fights a never-ending battle for futility, hopelessness, and despair. One thing I really like about them is they have a little bit of extra with everything. You could order something from a band and you just get that item. Like I got a shirt of theirs. But it came with the page of a book. It came with the poster, and it came with some candy. That's so cool.
See, I love it when a band goes deeper and they're not they're not shallow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love it when, because like not a lot of people know, like that is something that rock stars, pop stars, rappers most certainly, and like country artists don't understand is that since the heavy metal community is such a small community, the interconnection between fans and the bands is on a completely different fucking level.
Oh yeah.
Because like I'll tell you right now, half of country artists and rappers, they're thankful, but they don't give a fuck about their fans.
Yeah, that's the sad truth about it.
And like pop stars will never meet a third of their fans. Or if you're like getting mailed things from pop stars, it's from their management company.
Yeah.
It's from something like bands like you said, Frankie from Immure. Like, actually personally asked you for your info on Instagram and then mailed you stuff personally.
Yeah, that's so fucking cool. Like
even if it needed like help from their label and some distribution, like you're not gonna get that from a pop band or a country artist.
No.
Or metal is such a different community, and it just really makes me sad that more people don't give it a chance.
Well, at the end of the day, we're a part of it, and I think that's what matters.
And we're a motherfucking family.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fucked up family.
Fucked up family, but
everybody's family is a little fucked up.
Yeah. It's one of those things where
it's the Misfit Mansion, baby. You're right at home. That's why it's called Misfit Mansion, man, because every one of my friends are misfits. So.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me, I got my friend a Misfit shirt like a week and a half ago.
You know what's ironic?
What?
My podcast is called Misfit Mansion, and I haven't listened to the Misfits once.
I'm going to say I haven't either. We fucking suck. Fuck. God damn.
I didn't wear enough spiked clothing in high school. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay.
If I'm not mistaken, the Misfits have a almost ghost level following.
Yeah.
Or a ghost level determined following where it's almost like a cult.
Yeah. So while it's on my mind, what is someone in a band that you've met that was a great experience for you?
Someone in a band that I've met that was a great experience. That's a really good question, honestly. Actually, somebody that I met in a band, I'm gonna keep names out of it for personal reasons, because it's not fair to the people that are involved in the story. And nothing bad happens, but just for respect, I'm gonna keep names out of it.
Okay.
This was actually back when I was in high school playing around the local venues in Indiana, and like when I was in high school, I had a friend circle of like 8 people. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't fucking fit in. I had long hair past my fucking chest, and nobody talked to me, and I would talk to anybody that would talk to me. But I loved heavy music. I started playing instruments, and I got into a band outside of school, and we were playing shows. and a local band that has changed their name since they were this band name had some momentum. They had toured outside of Indiana. They toured across some coasts, and they had some movement. And we played with them. And since our sound was very similar to theirs in the local scene, we played with them a lot because they would actually headline or co-main. They would be the co-main act.
Sure, yeah.
And we would open for them because our sound sets were in the same.
Well, sure, yeah. That's how most shows go.
Yeah. And I actually they were really good. You can actually still find videos of them online, but since they have changed their name and some beef has gone on again with some people. But the coolest time that I got to meet a band member was when I got to play with them and we didn't know who they were, to me falling in love with their music. And it was only a 5-song EP.
Yeah.
But at the time, I had just moved out of my house a week before I would turn 18, and I was homeless, couch surfing.
Yeah.
And their music really resonated with me and struck a chord. So actually, the first tattoo on my chest is a quote from one of their songs. And there is a song. Okay, well, we'll drop a little bit of info right here. There's a song called "Garden of Bones." If you can still find it and they haven't removed it because they have changed their name, awesome. If you know who I'm talking about, then you are a definite Indiana local scene motherfucker. But there's a song, Garden of Bones, and I actually watched this man cry on stage performing it, and it hit me so deep. So we were playing they were headlining in Evansville at the Wire. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the longest drives that we had for a show. And that was one of the very first shows that we had ever played that had an actual green room.
Wow.
So we were able to chill with them in the fucking green room. So I'm subtly nerding out, these guys are cool. They're in the local scene with us, but I actually kind of fanboy over the song. Yeah. So and he's sitting back and him literally just shooting the shit. And I asked him hey dude, I've been really listening to your guys' EP and shit, and I was just really wondering what was going. I got to actually sit and talk with him about where he was writing the songs, and I would say that was one of the coolest experiences meeting someone that played the band. Because I haven't been able to go to Warped Tour meet and greets or when we saw Brand of Sacrifice with Enterprise, Earth, Rings of Saturn, and Angel Maker at the Citadel. That was the first time I was like, oh shit, Kyle is right there. Yeah, half of Angel, and it's so cool to see too because I'm like, oh shit. Angel Maker is running their own merch table. I've been there.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, it's that's also what makes me sad with this fucking COVID bullshit. Because I wish I had gone to so many more shows.
Well, but I would have seen so many bands at this point. I would have gone to so many festivals. There was so much that
we're not going to start going down that rabbit hole
because we would just get sad. Yes, so I will talk about my favorite experience.
Please do.
So, it was technically a meet and greet of a whole band, but a specific person. I met the Devil Wears Prada on their With Roots Above and Branches Below anniversary tour.
That's badass.
And they were my first ever tattoo. I got their their well-known, triangle kind of logo. I got that. And, I had already seen them previous, and I had met their clean singer, Jeremy DePoyster at that time. And that was great as well. But when I met the band, I was very excited to meet Mike Hranica, their screamer. And, I got a tattoo of them the second I turned 18 because they were there for me, through the hardest times of my life when I was 13, 14. They were really the first band of their sound. They kind of started out as a scene metalcore band and then kind of progressed into a more, I guess you could say, mature metalcore band. Develop. That's the better word. And, being able to see Mike right there and knowing that I was going to be able to meet him was really, I had butterflies in my stomach. It was I was almost about to, I just got done having my first kiss even before I fucking talked to him.
Oh, dude, wow. So you're double butterfly.
I was super excited. And then I remember
touched a girl and now I'm out to meet Jesus. Oh my God.
So I was meeting the band and I went up to Mike. He was the last person that, that was there that we could talk to. And I went up to him and I said, hey Mike, I'm a really big fan. I have a tattoo of you guys on my shoulder. I think you're the best lyricist ever. And he's like, thank you. He's like, what's your name? And he's like, Matthew. It's like, Matthew, it's nice to meet you. And just just seeing him like say my name, just saying nice to meet you, saying that he appreciated what I said, when there'd be nights where I'd be crying in bed and then his words would be able to soothe me because I was feeling like shit, was such a surreal experience to me. Although he's a normal guy, he's no god. It was one of those things where it kind of put into perspective how much that specific man's lyrics have helped me through certain times, and that's what makes this scene worth it to me.
Absolutely. And like the big thing is too, the biggest show that I ever played in my high school band is when we opened for I Prevail, who have gotten so much.
They're so big.
They have
so big.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
No, I didn't mean to say that.
No, you're good.
Like, came out wrong.
They've gotten so much momentum.
Yeah.
In the past couple of years.
Oh yeah.
And like when I tell people like, I opened for them, they're like, what? But like,
yeah, I know.
But like, it's a weird feeling when you get off. It's the only time I've gotten off stage and I had like people looking at me and pointing and like grabbing our vocalist and wanting to take pictures and shit. At 17, that shit was weird.
Yeah.
But like you said, where it's like he's not a god, but like when I was talking to the vocalist of the band in the green room, and I'm sharing the green room with this guy. So it's surreal because I'm sitting in my own green room. What the fuck? Second,
and then you're like,
I'm sitting with the dude that I'm like sitting in like, and like when you're telling them about how that song means to them, like they're flattered, but like it's awkward. Yeah. It's a little awkward because like, it's them expressing and a lot of times healing them their own way. Yeah. So when it resonates with somebody else, it's like it's almost like they don't know. Yeah. Or like they do, but like it's I know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Like it's like when I'm talking to Blanket to Blank and I'm telling him about like how much that song means to me, and like he's like looking away and like looking down, like thanks dude, I really appreciate it.
He probably,
one. Okay, there is one band that I'm not gonna lie. If I got to meet and greet them, I would actually be the biggest fangirl. It's like one of the only bands that I would probably fangirl like a teenage girl, and that is Ginger.
Ginger's a great band.
I fell in love with Ginger, but like literally, I could meet Slipknot or Korn and like be like dumbstruck, but I think I would actually fuck my words up if I met Ginger.
Yeah. Like I was
just because they're such powerhouses of musicians. Eugene is one of the nastiest bass players. Fucking he's great, he's nasty.
Oh yeah.
And Tatiana's kind of a very freaky lady.
Well yeah.
So I would be a little tongue tied and intimidated because she is a powerhouse of a vocalist.
Well yeah, she's crazy. My mom really likes Ginger. Likes them. I mean, she listens to them more than me. I really need to get more into Ginger, which is a shame that I am not into them
King
more.
of Everything is a great album to get you into Ginger.
I will check that out.
But if you go back and listen to Cloud Factory, that always hits home. They played Cloud Factory live last time I saw them, and it hit fucking mwah.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, it's always great meeting people in bands. It's just such a great thing. It's such a nice thing to know that they're, real genuine people.
It's so different when you meet them and they're just people.
Yeah, they're just normal dudes or girls. It's just such a great thing.
But it's the same weird thing too, is because like I get done with my opening set, I get off stage and like people are like smiling and pointing at me, and I'm like, I have homework to do when I get home.
Yeah, it's like I have homework to do. Why are these people looking at me like, hey,
so weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I can only imagine what it's like at that level though.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a great feeling.
Okay, we gotta bring him up because on the topic of female vocalists, you got the big "I wrestled a bear once" sticker.
Oh yeah, I have a "I wrestled a bear once" sticker and poster over there on my wall. Krista Cameron and Courtney LaPlante.
Yes, Miss LaPlante. Yeah. Her work with Spirit Box is actually quite badass.
Oh God, I love Spirit Box. I was there the day they formed. I remember when Courtney announced that Spirit Box was a band. I was there since day one of Brand of Sacrifice too.
Well, fuck.
Because
you followed the after image.
Well, yeah, Kyle.
And for people that don't know, if I'm not mistaken, the after image is literally Brand of Sacrifice just playing a different flavor.
Yeah, basically they. It's funny. They said if our most recent album doesn't do very well, we're gonna break up, and they did exactly that. So they basically just reformed under the name Branded Sacrifice. They have a slightly different lineup now ever since they formed, I believe, a different drummer, and that's all. But
so basically, the After Image was good. I liked them. But when they reformed into Brand of Sacrifice, I would just basically say it is After Image on PCP.
Yeah, on crack. Just on
Angel
absolute
Dust.
fucking crocodile. Fucking disgusting.
Speaking of Angel Dust, if you have heard that album from Faith No More, it is awesome.
Oh, yeah. We love Faith No More in this house, by the way.
Ooh, Faith. You're like the only other Faith No More lover I've ever met.
I know. Yeah,
or someone that
awesome.
actually knows who Faith No More
yeah,
is.
I know. They're really fucking good.
They have such a niche, but all their shit's so good.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to... What was I even talking about?
Courtney LaPlante.
Oh, yeah. Aerosol Bear ones. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was like the first group I got into that had like a female vocalist, and just my personal taste, their original vocalist in their first two albums, Krista Cameron, she's definitely my favorite vocalist of Aerosol Bear ones, although I love the stuff with Courtney because Hail Mary is one of the grossest albums I've ever heard. Like, literally, it's just disgusting. Like, fucking Gift of Death is such a gross song. I highly recommend that. And the stuff with Krista Cameron, I think I really liked her singing voice.
I need to listen to more of her work. Well, what I love about Courtney has a beautiful singing voice. And
absolutely.
I listened to a lot of Spirit Box recently just to kind of get a flavor.
Yeah.
But, like, Courtney LaPlante has, like Tatiana, she has the ability to hit a certain pitch of scream that you can't tell if it's a man or woman.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is badass, because the first time I heard Spirit Box, I couldn't tell if it was a woman.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
We're making a podcast. You're fine. We're coming up on an hour, so we'll probably just wrap it up.
I texted my mom. I heard her coming home. I'm like, hey, we're recording a podcast. You mind being quiet?
Oh, it's no biggie, dude. It's no biggie.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that. That's fine.
But yeah, man. I would say that it has been a very good first Metal Motherfucking Monday.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm so happy that you were able to do this.
Well, thank you for having me.
Most certainly see this happening again in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Something else, too, something that I want to do for Metal Motherfucking Monday is that I'm going to have this on YouTube. And at some point, I'm going to get a Patreon going, too. But if you have any song recommendations, comment them in the comments. I will go through, and if it's something I've never heard, and we'll pick 1 or 2, maybe 3 songs, 4 songs, give them a listen and review them and give my input or whoever's with me's input of the songs in the comments. This has been Metal Motherfucking Monday on Misfit Mansion. I am your host, Isaac Doherty. Today was with Matthew the Lohman. Thank you so much for listening, and have a Metal Fucking Monday.